Okay, we have a 1,500-point league game for you. I'm facing another Necron army. It is a mirror match. Necrons versus Necrons, although we have two very different armies. 17 warriors, 20 warriors, 10 Immortals with Tesla, a Destroyer Lord with just about all the gear, 5 Lich Guard just chilling on their own, 5 Destroyers in reserve, and a Deep Striking Monolith. And I've got 10 Immortals, 6 Wraiths with 4 Whip Coils, a Catan with Gaze of Death and Entropic Strike, 5 guys inside here with a Harbinger, Annihilation Barge, 3 Spyders, 2 Heavy Destroyers and 1 Destroyer in a unit, and 5 of these Scarabs. And I'm going to try to steal initiative on a 6. Can I do it? No, it's a 2. So my opponent's going first. Back in a bit. Okay, rounding up top of turn 1 for the opposing Necron army. These guys moved out over here, fired at the Scarabs, managed to put 2 wounds into one of the bases. Destroyer Lord left that unit, joined the warriors, fired a Tachyon arrow, hit, but unfortunately only rolled a 2. I knew he had the Tachyon arrow, but there was nowhere that I could set up to avoid it, so I just had to take it, and I got lucky, so be it. And that was it. Everything else just shuffled around a little bit, moved a bit. That was it. On to turn 1 for my Necrons. Okay, rounding up my bottom of turn 1. What happened? Moved up a little bit, moved up and ran 3 inches, moved up, ran 3 inches, moved up. Phaeron Lord, combined with shooting from these guys, managed to gun down 5 of these guys. They made their leadership. 2 returned from reanimation protocols. Broadside helped fire in there. The stupid lance missed like it usually does. This guy was just out of range to fire at the closest thing, about 1.5 inches away from that thing. So, the short range hurts there. But Scarabs just moved up. Spiders made 3 Scarabs. Everything moved up. No one's taken, and that is it. We're on to turn 2. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 2 for the unpainted Necrons. These guys moved out over here, fired into these guys, killed 1 guy. I made my leadership, but the heavy destroyer died, and he did not return. Shooting from the warriors, only 3 were in range to shoot the Ghost Arc. No glances there. Some shooting on the Wraiths, finally, from some good shooting from the warriors. I think also from those destroyers. They showed up from the reserve, killed 2 of my Whip Coil Wraiths. So the ones in the back that don't have Whip Coils didn't take any, but those 2 of those died. And I only have 2 of those with Whip Coils left. And that was about it. So Monolith, for some reason, didn't show up. The Monolith commander is planning some kind of interesting strategy. So we're going to be on to bottom of turn 2. Wrap up of bottom of turn 2, I think that is. Yeah, bottom of turn 2. A little mid-turn bottom of turn 2 story. There's 2 combats starting. These guys got in here. These guys are not fighting, so we've separated them out because they didn't quite make it far enough. We've also... Oh yeah, so we're going to see what happens over there. We're charging in here, but there might be some guys getting back up, so on 5s. 3 guys return. Nice. So I gunned down 6 guys. Resurrection Lord. Oh, right, Resurrection Lord. Right, from Lord. Okay, so we'll do a full wrap-up, but what happened here, we actually managed to shoot down 6 guys. 3 of them returned with the orb. Did they make their leadership check? We forgot to do that to see if they would have made leadership and ran away. No, they stuck around anyways. And we'll be back in a sec. Combat starting here. Mindshackle Scarabs on this Lord. The Catan wasn't close enough. I eyeballed it, so I just moved him up. But that's it. So rounding up the bottom of turn 2. Eventually what happened, these guys, we lost combat because we didn't have all of our Scarabs fighting, but we managed to kill 1 and he stayed dead. They killed a base and they didn't crumble away 2 more wounds. Over here we won combat by 2, but the Necrons stuck it out. They managed to stick it out, so they actually put 4 wounds into us, so a lot more than I expected, but so be it. The Lord did fail the Mind Shackles on my 1 guy, so that was that definitely helped me on that side there. Otherwise, what happened? Catan moved up. These guys fired in. A combination of shooting wiped out this entire unit of Immortals. So that was this gun, that was these guys, this vehicle, and the guys inside. Wiped that out. Scarabs Spiders just moved up and ran a few inches. Phaerons fired into there, and they were the ones that gunned down 6 of the warriors, but a few of them stood up. And after the combat, 2 warriors stood back up. So it's turning in favor of the other Necrons there. Back in a bit. So rounding up top of turn 3, some crazy turns of events here. Over here, we just can't go through them. These guys rolled, I think, something like 17 attacks, something like 16 or 15 hits, and got something like 8 wounds on me. So we lost combat by 2. We killed 3 guys, 1 stood up. They killed, I think, 3 or 4, whatever. We stuck it out with crumbling there. Over here, these guys finally slaughtered the Wraiths. The Wraiths whiffed their attacks. Again, the Mind Shackles failed. That just happens to me all the time, and I guess it's happening to my opponent. But it didn't matter, as the rest of the attacks, we failed to put a lot of wounds in. They slaughtered us. We crumbled away. We're toast there. Over here, though, the Catan slaughtered through the Lich Guard, killed 2 of them. They got no wounds in return, and then they failed leadership, and we ran them down. So we consolidated 2 inches. They consolidated 5. So it is on to bottom of turn 3. Some shooting into these guys. Those 5 flew it over here, no cover, blasted into me over here. So 1 wound each off of those guys. Pretty painful. Back with bottom of turn 3. Okay, let me round up bottom of turn 3. What happened? Catan decided to go after the destroyers. Killed 2 of them. They didn't do any wounds to them. They survived leadership, and both returned. so pretty clutch moment for them. Over here, we gunned down a bunch of warriors, but not nearly enough. We only killed 6 of them, 3 of them reanimated, 4 of them reanimated from shooting. In combat, they charged in. We did, Mindshackle succeeded on this guy, put 1 wound on my rear guy. The Lord put 2 wounds into them, and then I managed to kill 4 warriors, but 1 warrior got a single attack wound through, and he put a wound on there, so he tied combat, so that's going to go against me for sure. Over here, we killed 2 more guys, 1 returned, but we lost by 2, and this thing crumbled down to one base over here. So that's just going on permanently, like that. Tons of shooting from most of my army. This thing moved up, these guys moved up. Fired those warriors, we just could not force enough wounds. Just unbelievable. So be it, though. On to top turn. Rounding up, top of turn 4, what happened? Catan finally just slaughtered those guys, killed 3 guys, they ran away on leadership, couldn't wound them. He consolidated towards those. These guys finally killed my Scarabs. Again, Mindshackle worked yet again, so another with no wounds. However, I couldn't attack the Lord. Killed 1 warrior. The Lord just slaughtered all those guys there, so they just got obliterated. So be it. This thing's immobilized now. I forget what shot it. Oh, the ordnance weapon. This thing finally flew in, almost scattered off the board, but just stayed on. And then managed to nuke this. He drifted, but he drifted over me anyways, so he got me with his ordnance, immobilized, so be it. And I think that was, oh yeah, combat over here, we lost terribly. 5 wounds against us, we just couldn't win them, and we're getting chopped down, nice and slow. We're going to be dead very soon. So rounding up, bottom of turn 4, Catan went into there, got Mindshackled unfortunately, but didn't cause any wounds himself. 1 wound caused by the Lord, no wounds caused by the Scarabs. However, my Gaze of Death exploded, and I killed 2, I think I killed 3 of them. Gained back my 1 wound, but the 3 of them reanimated on reanimation protocols. Over here, an uncharacteristic whiff by the warriors, as they didn't slaughter my entire squad, but they did kill, I think we killed 1 guy, or I don't know, whatever it is. They only caused 2 or 3 wounds to me, they stuck it out there. These guys tried to fire over here, got 1 glance, got a move or shoot, but he made his save, so that was it. Living Metal for the win. Tons of shooting from my whole army into that squad before the Catan got in there. I think I only killed like 2 guys. Unbelievable. So be it. Back in a bit. Okay, rounding up top of turn 5, what happened? This guy moved over here, moved up 6 inches, fired into these guys, but with his weaker guns, but couldn't cause any. I caused 1 wound, but I saved it. Somehow these 2 bases survived combat. That 1 base is full. Only 1 wound caused by me. I killed a guy. They caused only 1 wound in return, so we tied combat by some luck there. This guy here chopped down the Lord with 2 wounds. Then the nuke took out 4 more guys. However, the Lord, they made their leadership. Lord returned to life, and 3 of the 4 guys came back. So pretty impressive over there. Just impressive stuff going on. Unbelievable. But we're going to keep fighting bottom of turn 5 coming up. Here we are. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 5. Combat over here. Lord, Mindshackles failed again. So some lucky Catan over there. Slaughtered the Lord. Killed about 4 or 5 guys over here. They lost by 1, but they stuck around. Then I nuked about 4 more. 2 of them returned though. Lord returned for the 2nd turn in a row. Over here, another lucky combat for me. I charged these guys in. I had to be bold. I need to make sure I can contest this. So they charged in. We only did 1 wound, but they only took 1 wound. So, it was a gong show over there. These guys popped out. They're on the objective. Fired into here with everything I could. Broadside from there. Just made it so he can't shoot. He failed 1 of his living metal rolls. This guy moved up here to play blocker to prevent him from going on an objective to contest it. And we're going to see if the game ends. On a 1 or 2, the game will end. Game continues. The pain continues. All right. Back in a bit. Okay, really quickly now. We won combat over there. Lord died again. Failed to Mindshackle me, but he returned to combat yet again, so we're contesting there. Over here, just contesting. We won by 1, but they stuck it out. This guy flew over here, contested this thing, so that's contested, and we're going to see bottom turn 6. Okay, so rounding up this turn, combat over there. I decided to go after. Mindshackles failed again. I went into the unit this time, I decided. I only killed 2 of them because I rolled a 1. They didn't run. All of them returned to life. The Lord put a wound on me. I managed to make my saves, but that's brutal. My explosion even killed a guy, but they all returned to life. These guys decided to move and ran 6 inches to be near that objective. Those guys fought over here. We lost combat by 1. That thing crumbled away. These guys are sticking it out, though. Flew this over here to block him a little bit. Those guys fired against the monolith. No luck from 20 shots. Not a single glance over there. So we're going to see if the game ends. 1, 2, 3. Please end. I got to go. Okay. So what is it, actually? It's...
You have 1.
1, and yeah, 1-0. Really close, man. Really close game. Thank you so much. Really closely fought game.
Yeah.